Yo, yo, yo. Hey guys, what's up? Yeah, I just wanted to take a second to kind of go over the trailer and the new spoiled abilities and mechanics of Warrior. There is one huge thing though that I want to say at the start, and that is we do not know all of the abilities yet, so this is purely speculation, and all of my thoughts or opinions it could be way, way off. This is just strictly speaking from a first, kind of like a first point of view. Yeah, so let's just watch the trailer. It just warms my heart to see that. Okay, all right, whoa. All right, so there's definitely some new stuff there. All right, so we're gonna kind of dissect this just a little bit. Okay, so first off, we do have quite a bit of information. I have done a lot of theory crafting over the past couple days just based on that information. All of that could be wrong. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is just purely speculation and based off of what we know. None of this could stick and potencies could change. But okay, so for the first thing you'll notice is this tackle here. This is an off GCD and it's a 100 potency move. It uses Warriors now. If you look at this bar, yeah, he started at 100. So if you back it up a little bit, let's see here. Yeah, so he started off with 100 rage, and then it took 20. So basically, when you infuriate, you gain 50 rage or 5 stacks. The rage mechanic is now in addition, it basically is an altered version of stacks, and it's a lot more in-depth and intricate. So as opposed to getting 5 stacks, you now can build 100 energy or 10 stacks, more or less. So as you can see, he starts off with 100. He is also in Defiance. This UI element here is Defiance. You'll see later when he switches to Deliverance, there's like axes and shit here. So he charges in, uses 20. This is a 100 potency attack. I believe it's like a 20 yalm radius. It's off GCD. So an off GCD, 100 potency attack. It's called Onslaught. And it burns 20 rage. Let's see. Okay. So that's just heavy swing. That is Vengeance. And if you notice, Vengeance no longer gives stacks or rage. So Vengeance, while they didn't actually go over the tooltip, so we don't know if Vengeance is unchanged yet. But we're assuming it's unchanged outside of the fact that it no longer gives a stack or it doesn't build rage. So there's Maim, and this is Storm's Eye. Now, here is something important to notice. All right, so he charges in for 20. He burns 20 energy or rage. He uses Maim here. This gives you 10 rage. So Maim gives you 10. And Storm's Eye gives you 10. So he charged in, he did Maim, brought him up to 90. Did Storm's Eye, brought him up to 100. And this move right there. Okay, so that is a new ability. This badass uppercut. Let's play it one more time. It's fucking cool as shit. Boom! Okay, alright. So basically, the uppercut. The uppercut takes 20. The uppercut takes 20 energy, and I'll go over to the potency later. Now, it is we do not know the potency of this ability. However, I'll show you a video later where the uppercut actually deals more damage than Butcher's Block. So Butcher's Block currently is a 280 potency attack. in the video later, the Butcher's Block does around 4,100 damage, and the Uppercut does about 4,400. So this attack is, I would guess, around 300 potency at minimum. So this also uses 20, and it's off the GCD. So basically, the shoulder tackle is actually it's actually kind of shitty. Unfortunately, it's kind of shitty so far because you burn 20 rage to only gain 100 potency. So that's kind of a, I don't know. But this move, the uppercut is pretty fucking awesome because you burn 20 energy to gain 300 potency, or it's at least a 300 potency attack. That's my guess. That's my guess because it does more than it will do more than a Butcher's Block. So he does the uppercut here and burns 20. Okay, now here is something very important. If you'll notice here, he is in Defiance. When he switches to Deliverance, it's very important. Very important. Boom. He loses half, or he loses 40. He loses 40. Now, this stance, it does not cost 40. It halves whatever you have currently. So this makes stance dancing more difficult, a lot more difficult for Warrior. You have to, if you can no longer, it is more difficult now to go into Defiance and Inner Beast for cooldown. So when we're planning out our cooldowns and rotations and stuff, we need to keep this in mind that if we need to switch to Defiance and plan on using an Inner Beast, we have to have 100 energy or 100 rage. And the reason why is because Inner Beast, Fell Cleave, Decimate, and Steel Cyclone all cost 50 energy. So if we need to go into Defiance and then use IB, we will need 100 energy because 50 for the swap, 50 for the move. So that's definitely... that is very important. Very important. So he goes into Deliverance. He uses Maim for another 10. Now, this is another important thing. Okay, now that was Storm's Path. That was Storm's Path. Here, let me play it again. This is very important. When he does... So he Maims. And then he Storm's Paths up to 70. So he was at 40. So let's just recap real quick. So he was at 80. He went to Deliverance, brought him to 40. He used Maim, brought him to 50. He used Storm's Path, brought him to 70. Storm's Path gives you 2. So in a way, Storm's Path gives you 2 stacks. This is fucking awesome, and it's very important. The reason why this is extremely important is because you no longer need 7 GCDs to build 5 stacks. You need 5. So you are 2 GCDs ahead. The reason why this is important is because later, later in the video, you'll see that every time you use Fell Cleave or IB, it reduces the timer of Infuriate by 5 seconds. This is very important. This again is very important. I will show you the video on that after the showcase here. But Storm's Path also no longer applies a debuff. It no longer applies a debuff. So this move is purely used to gain double the energy. So basically your I combo will gain you 20. Your Path combo will gain you 30. That's 50. So that is enough for a Fell Cleave or IB. Yeah, very, very important to know. And it's it's really awesome that you no longer need to do 2 combos plus a heavy swing and a maim. So basically, you know, 7 GCDs. So now it's down to 5 GCDs. That's 2 GCDs ahead. So every time we need to Fell Cleave or Inner Beast, we are 2 GCDs ahead of where we previously were. And again, I just want to reiterate that all of this is still purely speculation, just based off of this. They may change. They may change this. They may make it to where Path only gives you 10. They may change all this. Or they may make it to where I gives you 20. But as of right now, yeah, this is 2 days after the patch, by the way. Sorry, after the live letter. So they did state that they were going to make some changes, but for now, this is what we're going with. One small side note, Skull Sunder and Butcher's Block both give you one stack or 10 rage. I'm going to stop referring them to stacks, actually. That's just kind of like a shortcut that I use, but later when it gets more intricate, when you're using 2.5 stacks and 2 stacks and 1 stack, it gets a little complicated. So, but yeah. So Main, Storm's Eye, Skull Sunder, and Butcher's Block all give you 10 energy, and Path gives you 20. Okay, now, all right. This is a really awesome move right here. You know what? We're just going to watch it again because it's so awesome. We're just going to watch it again. We're just going to fucking watch it again. Oh, baby. Okay, now, we do not know the name of this move, but I just call Super Saiyan. I just call Super Saiyan. Fuck it, Super Saiyan. Because that's what you do. You go, you literally, here, you know what? Let's watch it again. There's no way you don't go Super Saiyan here. There's no way. There's no way you don't go Super Saiyan there. Okay, so anyway, so what this move does. All right, so what this move does, it is a Deliverance version of Unchained. It is a purely offensive skill that is amazing. It is amazing. It lasts 20 seconds. It shares a cooldown with Unchained. It also makes you immune to like stun, sleep, bind, heavy, knockback, all that bullshit. Yeah, so because it shares a cooldown with Unchained, it is 2 minutes. The duration is 20 seconds. Now, here is another very important thing to note about this ability before I say what it does. If you'll notice, he is at 50 energy, goes up to 70. He uses Super Saiyan. He goes back down to 50. To use Super Saiyan, it costs 20 rage. This is important to know because when you're capped at 100 and you use this, you need to plan your GCDs very, very carefully during a Berserk window to make sure that you get all of your potency. All right, so with that being said, what this move does is for 20 seconds, it halves all the consumption of your rage abilities. So, for instance, Inner Beast, IB and Fell Cleave, they cost 50, now they cost 25. The Tackle costs 20, now it costs 10. The Punch, the Uppercut, it's rumored that the Uppercut is called Upheaval. I really hope it is because, you know, Titan's badass. But the Uppercut costs 20. Now it is 10. Now it is even more of a damage increase. But for right now, that really doesn't matter too much. Okay, so what this does is this move allows you to Fell Cleave 6 times during a Berserk window. So it halves all of your consumption. So now when you have, if you look, he has 50 energy. So he can go Fell Cleave, Fell Cleave. Let's just keep watching. So the next thing he does is Infuriate. If you'll notice, Infuriate brings him back up to 100. Infuriate gives you 50 rage. Now, keep in mind, he still has Super Saiyan on. So with 100 energy, that's a lot of fucking Fell Cleaves. All right, so he just used Berserk. So let's just back it up just a little bit just to kind of recap again. So Super Saiyan 3, he costs 20 energy, brings him down to 50. He uses Infuriate, brings him back up to 100. And he uses Berserk. And he is about to go to fucking Pound Town on this. Oh my god. Oh, baby. Baby. Oh my god. Oh, okay. So, all right. Let's back it up one more time. All right. So, as you can see, Fell Cleave costs 25, and he uses it 4 times. Now, granted, I'm going to go into the a little bit more into the rotations later, but yeah, so this is a 4. So he basically just did Fell Cleave 4 times. Okay, so let's see. Berserk. Let me go over Berserk real quick because Berserk does have a change. It is for the better. They made Berserk better. They changed Berserk in 3 different ways. The first way they changed Berserk. They lowered the attack power from 50% to 30%. Now, I know that sounds bad, but it's not. Trust me. 50% to 30%. The duration is still 20 seconds, so that stays the same. However, they lowered the cooldown from 90 seconds to 60 seconds. So, while they nerfed its damage, the cooldown is now shorter. So now, you're berserking every single minute. Every single minute, you're berserking as opposed to every minute and a half. That is awesome. The last change they did was they removed pacification. Thank fucking God. That was the dumbest. That should have been, that was on there from 1.0 relic period, you know? It should have been fucking gone. So now it's gone. So now Berserk increases physical attack power by 30%. The duration is still 20 seconds. The cooldown is now 60 seconds, and they removed the pacification. So that is what some of that information I got from this other video, which I'm going to show you. But for the trailer, as far as the showcase, those are the changes. So you have your Defiance and Inner Beast, the different gauges. When you swap, you lose you lose half of your energy. You can now build up to 100 rage. Let's see, Onslaught, one more time. We'll go ahead and look at that. Go ahead and look at that one more time. It's the tackle. Boom. Get in there. All right. And Maim, Butcher's Block, or Maim, Skull Sunder, Butcher's Block all still give you 10 rage, and Storm's Path gives you 20 rage. Okay, so we're going to move on now to the, this is, oh, and Infuriate gives you 50 rage. Now, from what I understand, you cannot use Infuriate in battle. Hopefully they change this. I really hope they change this, because that means you cannot pre-build your rage. If they don't change it, it kind of sucks, but it's still okay. Doesn't change too much. I can definitely see why they wouldn't want to change it, because most other classes, they have to build up their bar. This expansion is about building up resources at the beginning of the fight, and then expending all of those resources about, I would say, I would say around 30 seconds probably. That's what I think the openers are going to look like. They're going to be, instead of the opener happening within 10 seconds of the fight, the opener is going to happen around 30 seconds in the fight, if I were to guess. I could be, again, I want to stress that I could be completely fucking wrong. This is all speculation still at this point, but just based on the information that we give them, that's, or that we've been given, that's what I suspect. Okay, so let's go to the Twitch vid. Now, this is Yoshi P, fucking around on Warrior. Now, if you notice here, well, let's see. Let's skip it a little bit. Okay, so he runs up to the enemy, and here's some more changes. Okay, now what's going to happen is this right here. All right, now he just used Maim. Now, if you can see here, there is a debuff here. That is a slashing down debuff, and it is very important to note that it is 24 seconds. This is very, very important. The reason why this is very important is because you now apply slashing 1 GCD sooner, and it lasts 4 seconds longer. Right now, you have Storm's Eye that is applied on the 3rd GCD that lasts 20 seconds. Now, you apply Eye on the 2nd GCD, and it lasts 24 seconds. So you have an increase of 4 seconds plus the extra GCD. So not only are you applying it earlier, but it's also lasting longer. That's very important to remember, and I will explain that in a second. So he does Maim, which is now the new Storm's Eye. So Maim and Storm's Eye have now switched. So now you're applying slashing with Maim. Now, here's the next important thing that he does. He uses Storm's Eye, and he gives himself a buff. He gives himself a buff. Here, real quick, because it may or may not be hard to see, I'm just going to go ahead and replay both of these just in case. So let me back it up a little bit to about 45. Okay. So again, he's going to run up. He's going to use heavy swing. He's going to maim, which is going to apply a slashing. The slashing is going to happen now. Slashing, 24 seconds. I is going to apply maim, which lasts 30 seconds. This is really, really important. Again, how we have it now is maim lasts 24 seconds, but we apply it sooner in the combo. Now we apply maim later in the combo. We apply it on the third hit, and it lasts 6 seconds longer. So what this means is because we're applying slashing sooner and maim later, and both of their values have increased in duration, now we can go I block block or I path path without losing maim and without losing I. This is very, very important. This is very important to know. And the reason why it's very important to know is because path gives you 20 rage. So with 2 path combos, you're building 60 rage. You basically get 10 extra rage for every third combo. So this is really, really important. This will come in later when you're min-maxing your GCDs and when you're trying to squeeze in extra Infuriates and stuff like that. But for right now, I don't want to go too in depth because there's still so much information that we do not know. There's still so much information we don't know. So again, I'm trying not to go too in depth, but just, observations that I've made and just kind of like a little bit of theory crafting. I believe that the optimal rotation will be to something like I path, so you're gaining an extra GCD. Okay, so with all, actually, okay, so we're going to go ahead and, yeah, so we'll watch a little bit more of this. Let's see. Okay, so he used Berserk. He's just doing his thing. He's kicking. He's putting up slashing. He's doing all this shit. All right, so here is another thing to know right here. Now, right here, Butcher's Block, 4,122. That's very important to know. Butcher's Block, again, is a 280 potency ability. Now, this move right here, this is the punch. The punch, 4,359. That means that the punch has more potency than Butcher's Block, which is why I assume it's at least 300 potency, at least. Again, they said that potencies could be changed, so the punch may or may not, who fucking knows at this point. But like I said, just another observation. Okay, so he kind of runs around for a little bit, man. Let's see. All right. Now, this is very important. Okay, so what's going to happen here? He's going to run over to this walrus, and what he's going to do is he's going to use Super Saiyan. So he's going to go Super Saiyan now, and then he's going to use Infuriate. Pay attention to the Infuriate timer. So he has 100 energy, or sorry, 100 rage. He uses Super Saiyan. He's down to 20. He uses Fell Cleave. It reduces the cost. He uses Fell Cleave. Now he uses Infuriate. Now, if you look at his Fell Cleave, it went from 59 seconds to 54 seconds. It's at 54 seconds right now. So when he uses another Fell Cleave, it's going to go down to 48 or 47. And then when he uses another one, it's going to go down to around like 41. And so basically every single time you use Fell Cleave, it reduces the timer on Infuriate by 5 seconds. Since I was pausing the video, it might be difficult to see because the ability is so small. So I'm just going to go ahead and play it again just so you guys can get a better idea. Let's see here. Okay. So he runs over. He uses Super Saiyan. Spends 20 rage, Fell Cleave, Fell Cleave, Infuriate. Now watch the timer on Infuriate. I mean, it's already down to 30 seconds almost. So if he would have if he would have done that correctly, it would have been down to 30 sub 30. So yeah, there's some really cool effects on there. Now, okay, so this video is already way longer than I expected. This was just supposed to be a short observational speculation video, but I'll end the video with saying that so far, from what I can tell, I'm going to pull up a notepad here, actually. Let's see. This video is way too long. Let's pull up a notepad. Fuck it. Whatever. Just fuck it. Okay. All right. Let's see. All right. So. Okay. So, my conclusions. This is what I suspect. In a Berserk window, you have 9 GCDs. In this Berserk window, you have 180 rage to expend. How do you get that 180 rage? Let me explain. So you build up 100 rage. From that 100 rage, you have your Infuriate. You have your Infuriate, which will give you 50. From that Infuriate, you have a Path combo, which will give you 30. So, 100 plus 50 plus 30 is 180. Now, you have 100, you have a phantom 180. So basically, you have the 100 solid, but then you are going to have 80 more. Now, how do you pull this off? From what I can tell, again, this is not, okay, so I just want to say this is not an opener. This is not a normal rotation. This is nothing to go by the book by. This is just purely maximizing a Berserk window. This is purely maximizing a Berserk window. This rotation could completely fucking change. We have no idea. But using the basic guidelines of Berserk. Berserk lasts 20 seconds. Berserk lasts 20 seconds. In this 20 seconds, you have 9 GCDs. You have 9 GCDs. Of those 9 GCDs, you need to figure out how to get as many fucking Fell Cleaves as you possibly can in 9 GCDs. Okay, so now that we have our total rage, we need to ask ourselves, okay, how are we going to spend that rage? How are we going to spend it? Okay, so we start at 100. Now, 20 of that goes to Super Saiyan. Automatically gone. Automatically gone. So now, this turns this number into, you know what? I'll just put it right here. This turns the number into 160. Oh, hello. I didn't know I had my alerts on. Okay, so now this turns on to 160. 160 Phantom. So we're locked into this. So we can go ahead and start to build our rotation as well. So we're going to start with a heavy swing. And at this point in time, we have 100 energy. Or, I'm sorry, 100 rage. So from there, we go Fell Cleave. Fell Cleave. This expends us to... Oh, I'm sorry, hold on. Right, we got to put in our buffs. Okay, so we have Zerk. So we have Zerk. And we have... All right, so what you're going to do is after the heavy swing, you're going to weave in Super Saiyan plus Berserk. Now, this is going to drop us to 80. Zerk, Fell Cleave will drop us to 65. Another Fell Cleave will drop us to 40. Now, immediately after this, we're going to Infuriate. We're going to Infuriate here, which is going to bring us back up to 90. I'm sorry, this should be, yeah. Sorry, it should be 55. It should be 30. Sorry, math is hard. Math is hard for me. Okay, so we have used Heavy Swing, we're at 100. We use Super Saiyan, we're down to 80. We use Zerk. We use our first Fell Cleave, brings us to 55 because it costs 25. The cost is halved. We do Fell Cleave, cost is halved again. So now we use Infuriate. We are back up to 80. We're back up to 80. So now what we do, we go Maim. Takes us to 90. Fell Cleave. Takes us to 65. Let's see. Path. Takes us to 85. Fell Cleave. Brings us to 60. Fell Cleave. Brings us to 35. Fell Cleave. Brings us to 10. Uppercut. Brings us to 0. And then Heavy Swing. So, the reason why the Uppercut costs 10 is because it is halved by the Super Saiyan. So our expenditures are, so basically, so what I was doing up here, right? This part right here is really important. This is like the phantom rage that we get from after our initial 100 rage. And this is where it comes from. So you gain 50 from Infuriate and 30 from the Path combo, which is 180. So basically you have to ask yourself, how many Fell Cleaves can I get in? And the answer is 6. And the reason why it's 6 is because 6 Fell Cleaves is minus 6 Fell Cleaves is 150. So right here we are at 20 plus 150. Okay. So 150 plus the 10 for expenditure for Uppercut brings us to 160, plus the Super Saiyan brings us to 180. So 6 Fell Cleaves, a potency of 3,000. Oh my God, assuming that the potency remains unchanged. But this is how we get 6 Fell Cleaves inside of a Zerk window with an Uppercut. And so basically these are our expenditures. These right here are our positives. This is how we gain our rage. In those 9 GCDs, you have 9 GCDs. In those 9, you get 6 FCs and Path combo. 6 FCs plus Heavy Swing plus Maim plus Storm's Path is 9. Let's see. UCDs. You get 6 Fell Cleaves and a Path combo. So, I guess with everything that was shown in the trailer and with everything that was shown through Twitch, this was just kind of my observation, and just for this is what I suspect to happen. So this is what I suspect to happen. Other rotation possibilities. Other rotation possibilities. What I suspect is that you can. You're going to get a Zerk plus Super Saiyan, and then you're going to get an Infuriate, and then you're going to get a Zerk, and then you're going to get a Zerk plus Super Saiyan, and then you're going to get an Infuriate. So, and it basically, and you're going to get another Zerk. It basically just repeats itself. And the reason why I think this is because, remember how I said that you can get an eye combo and then 2 path combos? Well, it has shortened that GCD window by 2. So, because Infuriate lowers the, or because Fell Cleaves lower the cast, and if you do this properly, you're going to Infuriate, so you're basically, every single time that you Super Saiyan, you're going to lower the cooldown of Infuriate by 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna lower it by 20 seconds purely from Fell Cleaves. 20 seconds. That is almost half of the cooldown. That is almost half of the cooldown. That is insane. You'll have oh, here's another thing. The Zerk, your Zerk without Super Saiyan, the Zerk without Super Saiyan, the reason why I say you'll get an Infuriate here is because it will be back up when this Zerk is around 25 to 30 seconds. That is when this Infuriate will be back up. So you're going to, I suspect, now I haven't actually done this because I can't yet, but this is just a guess. This is just a you know, speculation. That you're going to, after you do your Zerk Super Saiyan, you're going to build enough stacks to Fell Cleave, Infuriate, Fell Cleave, or actually scrap that. You're going to build up your stacks, so you're going to be sitting on around 5 stacks, and then you're probably going to heavy swing, and then Infuriate is going to come off cooldown around the time when Zerk is going to be about 25 or 30 seconds, and then you're going to Infuriate, because you have 5 stacks, so you Infuriate, you go up to 100, you Fell Cleave twice, now that cooldown is already at 50 seconds, and because of this, you're gonna build up your you're gonna rebuild your rage and then Zerk again. Now, this extra Infuriate that I'm guessing you get may or may not ever happen. And the reason why I say that is, 1, my math could just be fucking completely wrong, or 2, it is extremely fight dependent. This again is just purely, this is just a hopeful observation, but I would suspect that this may or may not be a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to be definite. I'm saying it may or may not be a possibility at some time during one of the fights. Especially skill speed also might be a really important stat to Warrior as well. Getting in an extra GCD might actually matter, and especially because the mechanic of rage now is changed. It's a lot different. Okay, so anyway, this video has gone on way too fucking long. I was expecting 15-20 minutes, but it's almost 40. So I'm gonna end this shit, and yeah. So those are my observations. This is how I think that this is. I think we're on the right path, if you will. But anyway, that's it for me for this video. Please leave comments below if I missed something, if anyone has any ideas. Yeah, I'd really like to hear them. But anyway, yo, I'm out. So I'll see you guys later. Peace.